Hi Clubsters, it's Val York again, bringing you the Sydney nightlife gossip. Today, we'll be getting more information from Andrew about the Sydney lockouts and what we can do to help.
Hello, my name's Andrew and I'm from LeclubZ. Today we're going to talk about the lockout laws, which were introduced earlier in 2014, and there's certainly been some mixed opinions on the matter. LeclubZ themselves, though, really want to look at the people who have really been impacted from the issue, those who have lost their jobs, the clubs that have shut down, or even those who lost a place to go to on a Thursday or Friday night. But LeclubZ themselves really want to look deep into how we can possibly make a solution that satisfies everybody.
King's Cross, I'm the CEO of the King's Cross Licensing Accord. My name is Doug Grand.
Fortitude Valley in Brisbane, in Melbourne, that lockouts don't work. Yet we saw in January the government put in a range of these reforms without consultation, without listening to the people.
We need to make sure that we can work together for those organisations that are involved in these issues. And that's not just clubs which you go to, but it's the clubs and pubs, it's my industry, it's the New South Wales Police, it's the government, there's a range of other members of the community that we need to make sure that we work together.
Change the culture of the Sydney CBD nightlife. People could no longer go to their favourite venue after 1:30.
To look at the actual the issues that have been created with the lockouts and all the other restrictions that have been imposed on King's Cross. In 2012, July 2012, we had the unfortunate issue of the tragic death of Thomas Kelly. And the most unfortunate thing for King's Cross venues at that time was the person that perpetrated that crime hadn't even entered a premise in King's Cross. He was actually pre-fueled. This is all on public record. He actually pre-fueled coming in from the western suburbs. Spencer drank, I think it was double Smirnoff Black vodka, cased them between him and his friends. Went down into Darling Harbour, had a drink there, came into King's Cross. Couldn't get into any venues, and then on that night he actually struck 5 people in a radius around King's Cross before the punch was made to Thomas Kelly. It's tragic, and it was at 10 o'clock at night. I believe it was 10 o'clock at night. From that, the government held a forum at Town Hall. Was attended by various politicians. The Accord was represented. I represented the Licensing Accord, and the AHA were there as well. Clover Moore was there, and there was Malcolm Turnbull was there, and various other people, including Mark Murdoch, the Assistant Commissioner at the time. Whilst we were at that forum, it was announced by the then Minister, George Soros, that an audit of licensed premises in King's Cross was being held as we were at that forum. From that, as a way of background, the incident registers kept by the premises were actually reviewed and taken away by the Office of Liquor and Gaming and Racing. And then some 6 to 7 weeks later, an interim report came through, a preliminary report from the Director General advising that certain changes would be made. In that report itself, there was pre-fueling wasn't noted as an issue, which caused concerns amongst the licensed premises because it was a massive issue in King's Cross at the time. And one of the premises actually challenged the report to try and actually view the report itself, which none of us have ever seen. The challenge was actually lost, and from that point, the government then elected to push a raft of changes into King's Cross through a bill, a liquor amendment bill, and it was called the King's Cross Plan and Management Bill. And it was in 2 stages, stage 1 and 2. Some of it was implemented in 2012, and some of it was implemented in 2013. From those changes, King's Cross is now got the toughest laws, liquor licence laws in Australia, without a shadow of a doubt. King's Cross has 10 strike conditions that aren't in the Liquor Act for other premises in New South Wales.
Our concerns and the evidence just was not listened to. There had been evidence that the so-called Newcastle model of a 1am, 1:30 lockout and a 3 o'clock cease service of alcohol or close wasn't as effective as other measures. We know that transport, better high visibility policing and a range of other strategies are far more effective in reducing the level of assaults in and around licensed venues, and they're the ones that should have been implemented, and unfortunately it wasn't. The licensed venues were treated as the low-hanging fruit, and they were punished, and we're still seeing the effects of that right now.
I think it's a pretty undisputable fact that since these laws were introduced, that there has been a reduction in violence. And that is a good thing. We should be really pleased that that has been an outcome. But of course, with every new law, there will be changes and there will be impacts. So what we need to do is understand what those impacts are. Now, we're delighted in the reduction of violence, as you would expect, because one thing that we found was that the street violence and the violence that was happening as a consequence of alcohol and drug related issues was translating itself to violence against our taxi drivers. Now, our taxi drivers are there to get you home and to make sure you have a night which is fun all the way through from the time you get there, but also all the way home. So we need to make sure that our drivers are also looked after, and for them to be assaulted and abused really doesn't help them, obviously, in performing their role, and ultimately that doesn't help you. So that's what I mean where we need to work together.
The first set of conditions were implemented on the 7th of December 2012. They included things, a requirement of RSA marshals on top of security to work inside the premises, and the actual categorisation of what the government deemed high risk was any venue that traded past midnight with a patron capacity above 120. And it didn't actually matter if your trading history or record. It was that was the criteria that was used.
Since the lockouts were introduced in January or into February of 2014, we've seen a range of issues. We've also seen better high visibility policing. Since that time, there's been no less than 3 major policing operations walking around the streets of Sydney, and that's what we'd always said would lead to a reduction in assaults. You've got police out there on the beat, being seen, and you've got people far more accountable for their actions. You know, some significant laws, some banning laws and other things. They're the sorts of measures that should have an impact. And of course, we've also seen a drastic reduction in the number of people that are going out in the Sydney CBD in King's Cross. Go to King's Cross after 1 a.m. in the morning, you can fire a gun down the street and hit no one, because there is no one left in King's Cross after that period.
So there you go, we've heard a variety of different opinions and a variety of different solutions from a variety of people in the community. And it's you, the audience, who can make a difference. If it impacts you, you can do something about it. And if you want to get involved, pop on to LeclubZ website, LeclubZ.com. That's LeclubZ.com. I'm Andrew, thank you for joining us.
LeclubZ!
This next one is for all you fashionistas out there. We'll be showing you the LeclubZ fashion file with Serena.
Hi, I'm Serena. I'll be presenting to you the new segment today of LeclubZ Fashion Files. Today we'll be on location with fashion photographer Levon Baird, makeup artist Liv Lundelius, stylist Susanna Best, and model Nikki from London Management. So why don't we head upstairs and talk to Liv about what we're getting up to today. Hi Liv, so can you tell us a bit about what look you're going for today with the shoot?
Yeah, so the shoot is called Fall, and the model is actually constantly jumping, poor thing. She will be kind of caught midway in the air, and we want the whole look to be kind of quite dreamlike and a bit surreal as well.
Awesome.
So yeah, I went for quite a nude lip today, but a stronger eye, and there's a bit of like blue eyeliner, like a teal liner, and a liquid black liner in there.
Very cool. Do any of the looks that you've planned today fall in with like the hottest beauty looks now? Like what would you say they are?
I think at the moment it's definitely all about skin, and about looking really healthy, and about looking very natural as well. I think it's all really about the no makeup and very radiant natural skin, and I try to really incorporate that as well today, definitely. So the skin's really pure.
Okay, awesome. Have you worked with any of the creatives on this shoot before?
Yes, so with Levon the photographer, I've done actually quite a few shoots, and it's always been really great fun. With the stylist, this is actually the first time I'm meeting her today, which is great. It's always nice as well to meet new people. And the model as well, I've never worked with before, Nikki.
Awesome. How long have you been a makeup artist for?
5 years that I've been full-time doing that, yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Do you find that there's a lot of work happening in Australia at the moment, and in Sydney?
Definitely, yeah. It's quite busy. I wasn't sure. I've moved to Sydney 2 years ago, and I wasn't quite sure how much work there will be, especially when you first move here, but it's definitely a lot happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your main type of work? Do you do fashion or weddings, or what kind of work do you normally do?
I have a quite good balance. So this time of year, it's lots of weddings, definitely. So weekends are quite booked up with that. And during the week, I still do my editorial work, and all sorts of shoots and commercial work as well. Yeah.
Awesome. What do you see as the biggest challenges of being a makeup artist?
I think one thing that's definitely challenging, at the same time it's quite exciting, is that the schedule is so unpredictable. You just never know what the next week is going to be like, and that's definitely a challenge, to have the good work-life balance if you can't really plan ahead. But at the same time, I really love that every day is really different, and you never know what's happening. You always meet new people as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you have any kind of secret weapons, that like beauty tools or anything that you rely on?
In terms of when I'm doing makeup,
Just whatever,
I think good skincare is definitely really quite important. Even on a shoot, it's always important to prep the skin with good skincare, and really get a good highlighter. I think that's a really quite important tool in terms of makeup as well. And I think if you get the skin right, and you use good skincare, that's definitely the most important. Yeah,
that's true. Well, thank you so much for that. We might check out what else is happening on the shoot. That's all we've got for today. Thank you for watching LeclubZ Fashion Files. See you next time.
Next, we want to show you one of the best parties of the year. It's the White Party from Genesis. I absolutely love this place. And on top of it all, it was with the bright lights of Luna Park. It doesn't get any funner than that. And up next, we've got the talented DJ Sass showing us yet more tricks on the decks.
Hey guys, I'm Sass. So first up, you got your USB for music. You will put it in this slot here, and there's a button here that says USB. You will press on it. It was already pressed. Usually there's two USBs. Most days you find the 900s and 2000s are linked, so you don't really need one USB. And you'll just link your USB, which... Alright, next step, you will go into your folder, whatever you want to start with. We'll go here, and then you will choose your track that you want to open with. Basically what Huey does is, if you wanted to start from 15 seconds or 30 seconds into the track instead of the beginning, you will go to it. Now usually with this is a whole new lessons, but and this is like a pitch fader where you can go up and down. So down, you're slowing it down. Now what I'm doing here is nudging it. Sometimes the track goes faster, so you're gonna have to slow it down. So next up, I'm going to explain a bit about the mixer and what it does. So basically this is your main focus, your EQing. So the bottom knob is your lower bass. I'll show you what it does when you take it all off. So it takes the bass out. Now what I usually do when I'm mixing the track in, so say this track's playing, I'm mixing the next track in, I'll always have my bass off because you don't want two basses competing when you're bringing it up. Oh, and by the way, these are the channels. So this is the CDJ, it's plugged into the channel 2, so that's playing. And then you got your second CDJ, which is plugged into channel 3. So when you're bringing up the next track, you're obviously bringing up this level. Now I never, and every time I teach people, they always do this. I'll just turn it down here while I'm here. This is the trim. So basically, this is the volume for that channel. So if you have it all off, it's off. Turn it up, you know, whenever. Because sometimes you get like some tracks that are a bit lower quality or just a bit softer, so you can like control them on your channel instead of doing the master, which is and this here is your master volume. I'm doing this as I go. So where was I? So you got your track playing, I'll turn it down, it's obviously like up to full level. Now you got your next track, I won't bring anything in, but so you're bringing it in. When you do that, so never start bringing this down as you're bringing this up, which is a lot of people do it. Like every time I teach someone how to DJ, I see them doing this, and usually you lose volume before the volume of this track's coming up, and it's just like the one thing in DJing is you have to always keep the same level of the volume. So what you do is when you're bringing this up, have your bass down, you're bringing it up, and then as you're bringing it up, take your mid and your highs off. So the mids and the highs are coming through here, your bass is down, so that bass is up. You're taking your mids down, and the other track's coming through. And then eventually you can, on the like, whichever bar you're up to, second, third, fourth, you swap the basses. And then you just kind of like gently mix this one down. I will show a demonstration actually, hold on. We're counting the bars, so it's still kind of not the right bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Use your headphones. You see what's happening, that's why we use headphones technically, because we beat match it in our headphones first. Make sure it's all alright. Now we bring it up. So you can hear the next track. So see, I'm turning down the mid and the high range. It's going off a bit, so all you do is you nudge it with your wheel. And now stop. You stop the bass. And then you can obviously use a bit of effect as well. Reverbs or... There you go, you got your next track up. So you did never like lost volume, stayed at the same pace. And yeah, that's how you mix with the EQs and the channels.
Now it's time for What's Up with DJ Deluxe. Let's check out what's up in Sydney.
Hi guys, I'm DJ Deluxe and welcome to this week's edition of What's Up on LeclubZ. So Beatport recently celebrated its 10-year anniversary, and to celebrate, for 10 weeks, the Dance Music Store is featuring selected artist interviews, exclusive free downloads, and featured artist and label playlists. Very good stuff, get amongst it. In festival news, the Boutique Festival Return to Rio kicks off shortly in the beautiful Wiseman's Ferry, packed with an absolutely amazing lineup of international and local talent to complement the pool party and all the fancy dress capers. So lastly tonight, my tune of the week is Blur by Ember, and it's a great little remix by Jay Karama. So this track is already a dance floor hit with great vocals and beautiful melodies all the way through it. Jay Karama really takes it to the next level though, with absolutely thumping bass lines and driving beats the whole way through. Getting strong support by people such as Darrow, this one's going to go absolutely massive. So that's it from me, DJ Deluxe. Have a fabulous weekend and go hard or go home.
That's all we've got time for tonight, Clubsters. Make sure to stay wild and watch LeclubZ. And if you want to help us with our Save Our Sydney campaign, please check out www.leclubz.com and go onto our petition page. Your support is really, really appreciated. Thank you very much. you.